On today's episode, we are going to be talking about a little bit of tennis, a little baseball, a lot of NFL, talk about the Super Bowl, and the NBA, because there's a lot to talk about with the NBA. All right, hello and welcome to the big episode 40. Wow, we're getting somewhere. I am one of your hosts, Miles Schill. This is my co-host.
I'm Andrew Volkman, everyone. How are we doing today?
I think it's a good day. I think we got a lot to talk about. I think we got a lot of cool stuff going on right now all around sports.
First day of February.
First day of February. Wow, it really is.
Oh man,
Nice.
this
It's
already
February 1st.
2026 is already flying by. How about that?
We got 1 month in the books at 2026, and it's been crazy so far. We have a Super Bowl with two teams that in the beginning of the year no one expected.
No,
I didn't
no.
have either of these teams making the playoffs when I made my beginning of the season predictions. Neither
I didn't
of these
either.
teams.
I didn't either.
And now they come out and we have a possible MVP on one team, and then we got a guy who everyone thought was having a fluke season with the Vikings and completely turns around his career. And our little mascot Millie here is whining. Excuse her. But yeah, we're having a crazy year so far, and then you're coming into it. Paul George gets suspended. We'll talk about that later. And let's start off with the now segment.
All right, so starting off in the now segment with the Australian Open, one of the biggest tennis matches of the year. We had Carlos Alcaraz beating Novak Djokovic, one of the most prestigious tennis players in the world. I believe Novak Djokovic. Novak Djokovic. Sorry, it's a weird name to say. He's won the past couple of Australian Opens in the last
Yeah.
couple of years. But now we got Carlos Alcaraz coming out on top here. I believe getting a Grand Slam title here.
Yeah, he's like the youngest player ever at like 22.
Yeah,
to
he's
have a Grand
he's
Slam
definitely he's a
in
very young
Australia.
guy.
Yeah.
So I don't know exactly how many times this has been a Grand Slam title in the Australian Open. It's one of the few times it's happened. But congratulations to Carlos Alcaraz for dethroning Novak Djokovic
Yeah.
in the Australian Open.
Yeah.
And staying in the now segment, we have to talk a little bit about the MLB offseason. Nothing major going on in the MLB offseason. Some free agents signing with their teams. We'll get to that in a second. But one of the biggest news we've had over the last couple days was Jacob Wilson signing a 7-year, $70 million contract extension with the Oakland Athletics. So that's an average value of $10 million a season. It does have an 8th-year club option for the Athletics if they do wish to pick that up. But Jacob Wilson, he was a rookie this year with the Athletics. He was an all-star this past year and has one of the best batting averages in the league, has one of the best bat-to-ball skills. Pretty solid fielder out there at shortstop as well. Very solid player is Jacob Wilson. So a contract extension, very well worth it in my opinion. And quietly, the A's have some really good players. I'm not going to lie. I mean, they have Bretton Rooker, who they signed to a massive extension. They have Lawrence Butler, who has yet to prove himself, but he has a massive contract on that team. Shea Langoliers is a very good catcher. Tyler Soderstrom, Mr. Nicholas Kurtz. I refuse to say what he is normally going by because I don't want to get demonetized, but they got a lot of good power on that offense. They just need help on the pitching staff. So I'm really liking what the Athletics have cooking up over there. And not to mention, they have one of the best prospects in baseball in Mr. Leo DeVries, another shortstop for the Athletics. Beyond that, Harrison Bader signed a contract with the San Francisco Giants, a 2-year, $20 million contract. So that's about $10 million as an AAV. And then Luis Arraez also signed a 1-year, $12 million contract with the Giants as well. So the Giants have been making moves as well over the past couple of days.
Yeah, I would agree. I think that's a very good signing for the Giants. Luis Arraez, obviously, he's a very talented hitter, and I mean he's won the batting title countless times, and great move. But moving on to the NFL side of things, we had some NFL coaching news. We've been talking about it for weeks now, the NFL coaching carousel, and it's come to an end, unofficially. So unofficially, Mike LaFleur has been hired by the Cardinals. The details haven't been fully worked out, but the Cardinals are expected to hire Mike LaFleur, the offensive coordinator for the Los Angeles Rams, as their head coach. He is the brother of Matt LaFleur, the head coach of the Green Bay Packers. And this just shows more guys coming out of the McVay, the Shanahan.
Yep.
Like there is a group. And the NFL is in a great coaching spot right now where we have like coaching factories
Yes.
thrown around the league. And we got Kyle Shanahan in California. Well, we got Sean McVay in California too. And we got some guys who I'm very interested to see what happens. We got Nick Sirianni could
up
even
in
be
Philly.
called. I mean, he's had a different offensive coordinator every year because they always get taken.
like
So Sirianni on the other side of the country, I think Matt LaFleur at some point could become a guy, right? Sean Mannion, the quarterback coach, he's a one-year quarterback coach for the Packers, got hired as the Eagles offensive coordinator.
Yep.
That stunk for me as a Packers fan
Yeah,
because
me too.
I know Sean Mannion has been the talk of the town in Green Bay. He is a young rising star. He's only been out of the league. Like he was a player just 3 years ago.
Yeah.
And him getting a job already is great, and I really love to see more Packer guys going and getting jobs.
Yeah.
But I definitely would have rather seen the Packers take a risk on him
Yeah,
than
definitely.
over Adam Stenovich.
Yep.
And I would have liked to see something happen there.
But,
And I mean, good for Sean Mannion though.
Yeah.
He only 1 year as a quarterback coach, and he was
yeah.
able to do that. So that's a great move. Staying with the coaching stuff though, the Browns hired their head coach Todd Monken.
I believe Monacan.
Todd Monken, the former offensive coordinator of the Baltimore Ravens.
Yep.
So I don't love it. I will say that. You're not upgrading from Stefanski with this hire. No way. And the Browns butchered it again. That's the honest truth. I think the Falcons next year could be one of the top teams in the league because they have the talent for it.
Oh, yeah.
They really do. That defense and the elite players they have on offense, now you're giving them a reliable head coach.
Yeah.
We're seeing a Baker Mayfield situation play out just as a coaching part for the Browns.
Yeah.
And I don't hate the hire because guess what? Everyone was dropping out.
Yeah.
I mean, no one was taking interviews for the Browns. Like, no one wanted to get hired there, which is where it came down to. Like, I was thinking they were going to bring in Jim Schwartz, the defensive coordinator. And I think that honestly would have been a better hire than this.
Yeah.
It would have been a better hire. Or a guy, like, if they could have talked to a guy like Cliff Kingsbury.
Oh, yeah.
I'm sure he wouldn't have wanted to go there
No,
because
he
it
wouldn't.
would be even worse than the Cardinals that organization he got thrusted in.
Yeah.
So I think that this is a hire to fill a spot.
Not to mention Todd Monacan. He was the offensive coordinator for the Browns back in 2019. So relatively, he's a familiar face that the Browns are bringing in the building, at least.
Yeah.
So it gives them a little bit more stability than I would say anyone else they could have brought in, like that was probably left that are on the lower end of the spectrum of the head coaching carousel. So.
Right. So I think the Browns butchered it again, as they always do.
Yep.
And I think, maybe they'll be a little bit better. Maybe we could see a career resurgence from Deshaun Watson coming back from the Achilles injuries. I'm not going to count on it. I wouldn't place my bet on it.
Nope,
But I wouldn't
nope.
count him out yet out of this league.
Yeah. But he's pretty close.
And then with our last one, this is the most unofficial one we got. Clint Kubiak to the Raiders. Let's be honest, it's the only open job left on the market. And I think Clint Kubiak, he already talked with the Raiders. He just can't make a deal because the Seahawks are in the Super Bowl.
Yeah.
Clint Kubiak going to the Raiders, great move.
Yeah.
Great offensive mind.
Yeah.
I was thinking they were going to go offense like a guy like Cliff Kingsbury or Mike McDaniel. I definitely thought Kubiak could be in talks for that as well. And I think them holding out and seeing all these other guys go really solidifies the fact that they're going to go with Clint Kubiak.
The Raiders really like their guys from the Seahawks.
Yeah.
Because they brought in Geno Smith and Pete Carroll in the past couple years, and now they're bringing in Clint Kubiak, most likely.
They had Tyler Lockett too, didn't they?
Oh, they did have Tyler Lockett. Yeah.
At one point.
They did.
Yeah, so I definitely think they're kind of taking the leftovers. It's like what the Jets were to the Packers a few years ago. And they're taking all the Packers' old leftovers.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think that would be a great hire. And Mendoza most likely going to be the Raiders' future of the franchise. You got Ashton Jeanty, Brock Bowers. And then you have guys on defense, probably Max Crosby getting traded.
We'll see.
Could be the first thing in the Clint Kubiak regime.
We'll see.
Which I wouldn't hate.
No.
You bring in some good picks, maybe a young player, and you build.
Yeah.
And I think that's all you can do at this point because he doesn't want to be there.
On the other hand, it could be like just the new head coach could maybe keep Max Crosby around. You never
Yeah.
know. Like I think that's maybe what the Raiders might be going for with this hire is you bring in a guy that's young, like a new face that will be there for at least a couple years.
Yeah.
At least till the end of Max Crosby's contract. So maybe that's what the Raiders are trying to do, like trying to keep Max Crosby around, trying to bring in a new guy that can at least make the offense better because it was not working offensively for the Raiders this past year with Pete
Yeah.
Carroll.
Well, I'm definitely excited for this because I think it's going to be a great move. I think it's a great offensive mind, and this is going to be a new Raiders team that's going to get a restart. And really, their division isn't as competitive as we thought
No.
because the Chiefs could be out of some of these big contentions.
Yeah.
The Broncos are beatable.
Broncos are beatable.
And then you got the Chargers who. Chargers could win the division next
Charger-
year with
Charger-
Mike McDaniel as their
Yeah,
offensive coordinator.
Chargers gonna charge right though.
Yeah, they're those guys are going to be there, but the Raiders have more of a chance than they did at the beginning of this year.
Oh yeah, for
So
sure.
I'm very excited. And then the last coaching thing. This isn't a head coach, but I just had to shout it out for Wisconsin. Jim Leonard got hired as the defensive coordinator of the Buffalo Bills. Love this move, Jim Leonard. I wanted him to come to the Packers, but Jonathan Gannon makes sense. He's a great defensive mind. He'll be with us for a few years until he gets another shot to be a head coach, and I think he'll do really well for us.
I mean, John Gannon in Arizona. He's had good players over there. He had Buda Baker. He had Montez Sweat over there. Not Montez Sweat. Josh Sweat. Sorry. So John Gannon does have experience with good players on defense. So
Yeah, and then
imagine what he can do with a actually like all around solid defense in Green Bay.
And for how good that Eagles defense was with him.
Oh yeah.
This is not a bad hiring.
No.
And I mean he was sought after, which is why we couldn't wait for Jim Leonard to come in.
No.
But Jim Leonard obviously impressing Joe Brady, the new head coach of the Buffalo Bills.
Yeah,
I
that's
don't know
another
if
new.
we've mentioned that
No,
before.
I don't think we have. So
For those who don't know, he was the offensive coordinator for the Buffalo Bills. They just promoted him to head coach. We knew Josh Allen was inside the interviews and, had a big deal in who would be his next head coach. And Joe Brady makes sense. You bring in a familiar face. And then Joe Brady bringing in Jim Leonard. I love this move so much because Jim Leonard, as Wisconsin fans and as people who live in Wisconsin, we know Jim Leonard.
Yeah.
Jim Leonard is a household name, right? He's a Wisconsin kid. He played for Wisconsin
in the
for the
Badgers.
Badgers, college football, and then he had a short stint in the NFL as a player, and then comes in. He's the defensive coordinator for
The Badgers.
The Badgers. He brings in our guy Hunter Wooler, and our guy Hunter Wooler he's talked very highly of Jim Leonard and
Yeah.
what Jim Leonard has been able to do. I know Jim Leonard and Hunter Wooler talked at the combine
Yeah.
when Hunter was going there. Hunter had nothing but good things to say
Yeah.
about Jim Leonard. So I'm very happy that Jim Leonard was able to get an opportunity. And that, let's be honest, I mean, that Broncos secondary has been elite.
Yeah.
So I think this is a great move, and I'm very excited to see what he can do with somewhat of a fractured defense, right?
Oh, yeah.
This is just kind of a ragtag group. When Joey Bosa is your biggest defensive player, like, you got to question
Yeah.
what's going on. So we'll see what happens there.
Another coordinator, real quick. Something that's kind of flown under the radar is that Brian Daboll. He's now the offensive coordinator of the Tennessee Titans.
That's right. I forgot to mention that.
He's joining Robert Saleh on that staff now. Saleh's going to be the defensive
I-
head coach, and I can see Miles' smile on the
I
other
am
side
so
of the table.
happy. I'm so happy. I mean, the two Baldies going in it there. I couldn't have been more excited when I saw this hire. I completely forgot about it. Because Robert Saleh, obviously, I like him as a head coach. The Jets shouldn't have fired him. They weren't even that bad when they fired him. They were like 3-4 or something. I don't know. It was something.
Saleh had good years with the Jets. Like, even Zach Wilson. Like, when Zach Wilson came in relief of Aaron Rodgers after Rodgers tore his Achilles, like, the Jets weren't objectively playing terrible football. It just wasn't good enough. And even when Rodgers came back, they weren't. It was just not very good. Like, something was messed up with the Jets, and and it's hard to place it on Robert Saleh.
Well, yeah, look at Aaron Glenn, right? He comes in, he replaces Saleh, and he's given pretty much the exact same team, right? Just without Aaron Rodgers.
Yeah.
And I guess you could say that's a big move, but he did objectively worse than Robert
Yeah.
Saleh. I mean, they're the second worst team in the league.
Yeah.
So I think Robert Saleh going into the Titans organization, give him a fresh face, give Cam Ward a hard-working coach.
Oh, yeah.
A coach who is able to make a defense out of nothing, which is what we saw him do with the 49ers, who didn't have any of their star players. Well, guess what? The Titans, they got Jeffrey Simmons at D tackle.
Yep.
Nothing else. So if he can turn this team around, if he can maximize L'Jarius Sneed and bring him back to his former glory days,
Yeah.
and then use the offense that you have, bring in more draft picks, bring in more whatever, and then you got Brian Daboll, who is a offensive, quarterback guy, and for Cam Ward, this is a great move for him.
He's the guy that built Josh Allen to be
Right.
what he is.
And he's the
Who's
guy.
not to say you can do it again.
Right, and he got Daniel Jones to the playoffs,
Yes.
which I mean, a year ago would have been even crazier. But now that how he played with Shane Steichen,
Yeah.
obviously I like Daniel Jones now. I didn't like him a few years ago, but
Yeah.
that's just you're getting two good coaches there,
Yeah.
and the Titans organization, they did good. And something my father said, when I brought this up to him, I said it's interesting because Robert Saleh to me is very similar to Mike Vrabel.
Yeah.
And I think I was asking my dad about it. I was like, hey, what do you think about this? Because they're pretty much replacing Mike Vrabel with Mike Vrabel.
Yeah.
And I didn't really understand that. And he kind of laid it out. They messed up. They
Yeah.
saw they messed up. First year as the Patriots head coach, he's in the Super Bowl right
Yeah.
now. And so I think bringing in a guy who's very similar, who could
Mm-hmm.
bring you back, and he's a new face, but he's got a similar
Style.
game.
Yeah.
So I'm very excited to see what this Titans team can do. I don't think they'll be good for the next 1 to 2 years.
You see improvement out of the
Improvement.
Titans overall. Like maybe they
Yeah.
win 2 or 3 more games this
Yeah,
year.
which is all you're looking for
Yeah.
at this point.
See growth from Cam Ward.
Yeah, and for the last thing in our now segment, Bill Belichick. So we're staying with the coaches here. Bill Belichick is right now North Carolina's head coach. He was snubbed.
Yep.
The Hall of Fame committee and all whatever decided not to give
it-
Bill Belichick a shot at
No.
the Hall of Fame.
No, definitely not. Like Bill Belichick, he's the second or third most winningest head coach in the NFL.
Yeah,
He's got eight-
six Super Bowls.
8 total because he won 2 as an assistant.
2 as a 8, but
8
six
Super
as a
Bowls.
head coach. I mean,
Like, it's unbelievable. And not to mention, in some of those Super Bowl teams, when Tom Brady was the quarterback, it was Julian Edelman and 3 warm bodies.
yeah,
It was nobody. And yeah, you had Gronk.
you had
But-
Gronk, you had Amendola, Danny Amendola.
You did have Danny Amendola. You had Julian Edelman. Like, Bill Belichick, quite honestly, even though he is like a defensive-minded head coach, he still drew up really good offensive plays.
Yeah.
And he, for most of his tenure as the Patriots head coach, was also their GM.
Yeah,
And for the most part, he did good. Now you can criticize his drafting skills, which, to be fair, were not great. He did draft Christian Gonzalez, and it's taken a little bit for Christian Gonzalez to get going, but that was only after.
Mac Jones too.
Mac
which
Jones.
I don't think Mac Jones is a bad.
No, it's just like Mac Jones didn't succeed is because the Patriots did not surround him with weapons at all.
No. Which I mean, you could still argue the Patriots don't have enough weapons.
No.
Like the fact that they're even here is crazy.
I mean, they're letting Keyshawn Booty and who else?
Booty, Stephon Diggs. No offense to him.
Excuse
He's
me.
their leading receiver, and they're in the Super Bowl.
Like the Patriots, like still, even though like staying with Bill Belichick, like as an offensive as a coach, he is easily the most successful coach of our generation, for us at least. We're
yeah. Of the 2000s.
of the mid 2000s, like 2010s era.
Yeah.
He's easily the most dominant coach
Yeah.
of all time.
Yeah.
And he's not a first ballot Hall of Famer. Again, 8 total Super Bowls, and he's not in the Hall of Fame
Yeah.
right now.
Yeah. Well, you could argue. I mean, he was given a 6th-round quarterback as a
Yeah.
backup to win, and he won.
Yeah, and he let he made Tom Brady what he is.
Right. Right. And I think you talk to any of those guys, they would speak very highly of Bill Belichick.
Yeah.
And what Bill Belichick has been able to do. So him not making the Hall of Fame, it's huge.
It's an absolute disgrace.
It is 100% a
Like,
disgrace.
I saw this clip. I think it might have been Ray Lewis that said this, that if this is the Hall of Fame that doesn't let Bill Belichick in as a first ballot Hall of Famer, no one should want to be in this Hall of Fame.
Yeah,
And I completely agree with him.
yeah,
Like, how do you not let this happen? Because, again, third most winningest, second most winningest head coach in NFL history,
yeah,
8 total Super Bowls across being a head coach and an assistant,
yeah.
and he's not in the Super Bowl. Absolutely
It's
unbelievable.
it's unbelievable. And Bill Belichick, we're talking about Super Bowls. We're talking about Patriots in the Super Bowl. Well, guess what? The Patriots are back.
Yeah.
So I mean, really, it just whenever I hear the Patriots in the Super Bowl, I always think the boys are back in town. The boys are back in town.
Yeah.
Like that's what I think of when I hear this. Because let's talk about the Super Bowl preview.
Oh, yeah, okay, baby.
Alrighty then. Okay, Seahawks versus Patriots, man. We have got a doozy.
All right.
Let's talk. All right, Seahawks
Okay.
Patriots straight up right now. No stats, no facts. Just thinking about football. What is the better football team?
I would have to say, I, I think I'm gonna go with the Seahawks. I'm going with the Seahawks. I like their defense. I think is overall more stout than the Patriots at this moment. The offense compared to the Patriots is a little more well rounded. I like both running backs, but I do like Kenneth Walker better. I like their wide receivers on both sides, but I do like JSN better for obvious reasons. And I think the O line of the Seahawks is a little bit better too than the Patriots, and that's going to be a big, crucial part of this. And again, what else is there to say? Offensive weapons are really good. Quarterbacks, very similar style in my
Yeah.
opinion. I think Drake May overall as a quarterback may be better than Sam Darnold.
Yeah.
He may be. It's just he doesn't have the weapons of JSN like Sam Darnold does.
Yeah, I would agree with that. I think, Seahawks, and sorry, I was looking over there because I thought I saw something about a hiring. I wasn't able to catch it. But, anyways, I saw, I'm thinking Seahawks is the better team, but the Patriots are better coached.
Yeah.
No offense to Mike McDonald, but Mike Vrabel arguably is one of the best coaches in the league. And I think he is a Dan Campbell type coach. I think he's I've been there, I've done that, I understand you, and I am one of you type coach. And we've seen it, right? Mike Vrabel would put the pads on and play with he would practice with the players.
Yeah.
And that just shows that type of mentality that my coach is willing to die for me. My coach
Yeah.
would if there's a fight in the middle of my field, I know my coach would be right behind me and he has my back and he'd be swinging at these guys just as much as I would.
Yeah.
And we saw, I mean, one of the coolest like pictures we've seen is Vrabel coaching with blood running down his face because he like headbutted a player.
Yeah.
Right? He is such a good coach and such a fun coach to watch. And what he's been able to do with this Patriots team, it's incredible, right?
Yeah.
We obviously know he was a huge Patriots linebacker, so he loves this organization like nothing else.
Yeah.
So I love what he's been able to do. And let's look at, some of the quarterback comparisons side by side. So you were talking about Sam Darnold and Drake May, their comparisons. Let's talk about it. Sam Darnold, he's 28 years old, all right? In comparison, Drake May is 23. So there's a little bit of a difference there. Drake May's only been in the league. This is his second year.
Yeah.
This is Darnold's eighth.
Yeah.
So you can see the difference in their maturity and how they're going to play in a big game. But Sam Darnold's never been here either.
No.
So really, age is just a number at this point. So they're both babies when it comes to this. This isn't
Yeah.
Matthew Stafford versus Sam Darnold. This is two inexperienced Super Bowl quarterbacks.
Yeah.
All right. Sam Darnold, 5 NFL teams he's been on, right? He was drafted to the Jets, and,
Not good.
Sam Darnold is probably the prime example for why Dante Moore said, I do not want to be drafted
Yeah.
this year.
Yeah, you were talking about too, like Geno Smith as well. Like
Yeah.
he doesn't want to be there either. So it makes sense.
Yeah, and you could just see that there is definitely some hatred for the Jets. No offense to them, but they just can't win.
I mean, Aaron Rodgers with the Jets couldn't win.
Yeah,
Aaron Rodgers.
Aaron Rodgers, and that's crazy to me. So I think I'm definitely excited to see the Super Bowl. But anyways, completely off track. 5 teams. Drake May's on his first team still.
Yep.
Now they do have a similarity. They're both the third overall pick.
Ooh.
Interesting. Oh,
Ooh. What do we got?
I just got alert that Dolphins are hiring Sean Dugan as defensive coordinator. Jeff Hafley bringing him in. Sean Dugan was the linebackers coach for the Green Bay Packers. So this is a good move for them. Obviously, Jeff Hafley bringing in one of his own there. We like to see more Packers guys getting. Like, look at Wisconsin. Wisconsin coaches are winning right now.
Oh, yeah.
We got Jimmy Leonard with the Bills. We got
Jimmy
Jeff
Leonard.
Hafley. We got Sean Dugan.
Sean Mannion?
Sean Mannion going out there being it.
Mannion.
We'll include Mike LaFleur just because his brother is the Packers head
All right,
coach.
yeah,
So we
we'll
got a
do that
lot of
too.
good Wisconsin stuff. Completely got off task there. But let's look at it here. So for the stats for these two guys, Sam Darnold 4,048 yards.
Ooh.
Great passing
Great
season.
year.
25 touchdowns, 14 interceptions. Interceptions have always been Sam Darnold's problem.
Yeah.
So nothing new, nothing crazy. We knew that he was gonna struggle with that, but it wasn't exactly the season he had was amazing. It wasn't the same kind of stats as the Vikings year, but it's a Super Bowl, so you got to go with that. And then Drake May, who is either going to be 1 or 2 in Super Bowl voting, and he has 4,394 yards, 31 touchdowns, 8 interceptions. More accurate, more touchdowns. Andrew,
With worse receivers, too.
with worse receivers, right? You give Drake May JSN, and we could be talking about a whole different team. So Andrew, who do you think's gonna play the best? Not even win. Which quarterback, no matter who wins, is going to play better football?
That's a good question. I really don't know. So if I'm just going off the facts, I think that Drake May could play better. I think Drake May can play better.
Yeah.
Again, with the worst receivers yet, and he's putting up slightly comparable to even better numbers than Sam Darnold without a JSN type of receiver, without a Cooper Kupp type of receiver. I mean, Drake May's still doing really good.
Yeah.
So I think Drake May could play better than Sam Darnold. Not going to say that he's going to win.
Yeah.
There's a lot more factors than the quarterback in a game of football.
Right. Well, yeah, just to contradict you, I do believe Drake May could play good. And his running ability, it's elite. It's elite.
Oh,
and
yeah.
he's really one of the least talked about running quarterbacks in the league.
Yeah.
And I'm going to go to the other side, Sam Darnold. I think what we all expected of Sam Darnold coming in this playoffs was another, he's going to choke like he did with the Vikings and, throw a ton of interceptions. We haven't seen it yet.
No.
Right? And we saw him play very good football in the NFC, or was it NFC? Yeah, NFC Championship. And I think that I would be very excited to see a Sam Darnold, I would like to see a gunslinging win. So I think Sam Darnold, Drake May, I would like to see at least 3 touchdowns from each of them for a competitive Super Bowl. And, I think this year we're going to get a good Super Bowl.
Yeah.
We got Bad Bunny performing at halftime. And I'm very excited to see this Super Bowl.
This Super Bowl is going to either be a high-scoring shootout or it's going to be who can score first because the defense is going to lock it down.
Right.
Because you got 2 very elite defenses and 2 very elite offenses.
Yeah.
I don't think we're going to get it both ways. We're going to get either one – we're going to get a good offensive game or a really ugly offensive but really good defensive game.
Yeah, which, I think I'm leaning more to the defensive game. I would love to see an offensive shootout.
Yeah.
Right? I think that's what everyone pays to see, but defense could be the winner of this game. And honestly, it could come down to a Sam Darnold pick 6, right?
Could.
And that's how it ends. Wouldn't that be crazy? Christian Gonzalez runs it in.
Yeah.
That could be insane. But let's do a little flashback, shall we?
Sure.
Ooh. That was
All right.
me going in back in time there.
Yeah.
So 11 years ago, these teams met up, and this is prime Russell Wilson, who right now is the 3rd-string quarterback for the New York Giants.
How the mighty have fallen. Oh, man.
Man, since the Broncos, he has been awful. Actually, he wasn't bad with the Steelers last year.
He wasn't.
And then you had Tom Brady. And it was at that point, everyone's like Tom Brady. He'll retire, right? Probably within the next 3 years, he'll be out of the league. Ended up playing another 8,
Yeah.
and it was a close game.
Yeah.
It was a shootout, and I think it could definitely be like this again. But it was the infamous play. We've all seen it, where
Yep.
they threw the ball.
Seahawks did.
The Seahawks threw the ball when they were only a few yards away from the end zone, instead of running it in with the king, the original running back king,
The original Derrick Henry.
Marshawn Lynch. And
Beast mode.
we've all seen that, like, one meme where,
yeah.
like, the guy's pretending like he's the coordinator and whatever. He's like,
Yeah,
wow, we
yeah.
got this one in the
Yeah.
box. And wouldn't it be stupid if we ran it? Hey, let's pass the ball.
Like a little flick over the top.
Yeah, let's do a flick. Wait, I was kidding. Don't
No!
do it. See, that's what
hit
it
my
was.
mic.
That's what we all remember from that game.
Yeah.
Could it come down to that? I think it can. It will come down
Hey,
to
who do the Seahawks have at running back? They have another power back with Kenneth Walker. I mean,
Kenneth Walker.
I mean,
I mean, it could.
I mean,
Granted, I would probably rather throw the ball to JSN than run
Yeah,
it in the middle
yeah.
with Kenneth Walker.
True.
But still,
Or look for Cooper Kupp, maybe.
I think we could be seeing another one mistake will decide the game.
Yeah.
And that could be one of these quarterbacks throws an interception after having a perfect game, and that gives way to the game-winning drive, right? Or, someone fumbles, or the defense has a huge sack. We could see a huge mistake that ends up being costly.
An extra possession could
Yeah.
be the difference in this game.
And either way, we are gonna get a great winner, because we have two great stories here, right?
Yeah.
We got the Patriots and the resurgence with Mike Vrabel, who, I mean, everyone loves Mike Vrabel. Even people down in Tennessee still love Mike Vrabel.
Yeah.
And then you got Drake May, and just him being a young guy, he's still like a baby in this league.
Yeah.
It's fun to see.
Yeah.
And
Drake May.
Yeah, you got guys who we got two teams who aren't always in the Super Bowl, right?
No.
I was gonna be so mad if I saw the Eagles in the Super Bowl again.
Same thing with the Chiefs.
Chiefs as well. Like, it was just two teams I didn't want to see were the Eagles and
Yeah.
the Chiefs. I'm so happy with
Oh,
the
yeah.
teams we got, and we got Sam Darnold.
Yeah.
The guy labeled a bust is gonna be in the Super Bowl. So let's wrap it up with NFL here. Who's taking home the Lombardi Trophy?
I don't want to go first. I think you gotta go first. I don't. I need a minute to I need a minute to get all the facts straight in my head.
Yeah. Which, I mean, I have a problem. I overanalyze everything, which is why I never win. My March Madness bracket's always awful,
Yes.
which is why my picks and predictions are always wrong.
I mean, we looked at your preseason
Oh, God. that
NFL
was
predictions.
awful.
They were like mine were bad too, but like
Mine were worse.
Oh.
Mine were embarrassing.
yours were so much bolder,
Yeah.
and they didn't work.
Yeah, it's like I would either go too much, like I said, the Ravens having the best record,
I
or
mean,
I would be too bold and say the Jets made the playoffs over
Yeah,
the Patriots.
Miss.
That was awful.
Yeah.
All right, give me Sam Darnold and the Seattle Seahawks.
Okay.
And let me explain to you why. We talked about JSN and that amazing season he's put up. He's been one of the best receivers
Yeah.
in the league. Sam Darnold's played great football, but Sam Darnold hasn't slowed down.
No.
Right? The way they beat the Rams. And the Rams, honestly, they were one of the best teams in the league, if not the best team in the league. And they beat them. So I think the Seahawks are poised to win this Super Bowl. And I'm not saying the Patriots aren't bad, because
No.
they're in the Super Bowl, right?
No.
But they just, like you said, they're just not as well rounded. The Patriots are just not as well rounded
Yeah.
as the Seahawks. And the
Yep.
Seahawks have so many more weapons offensively and defensively.
Yeah.
And I think that Sam Darnold playing as good of football as he is right now, the Seattle Seahawks are going to be winning the Super Bowl.
I have to agree. Like, it would have to be another 2014-esque of mistake
Yeah.
for me to have the Seahawks lose.
Yeah.
I love the weapons. I love Sam Darnold. He's not a better quarterback than Drake May, in my opinion. But
No.
as a team, again, it's a team sport.
Yeah.
The Raiders are more well-rounded. So give me the Seahawks.
Okay, you said the Raiders, but we'll go with that.
Wait, what?
You said the Raiders. You're
I
like,
said
the
the
Raiders
Raiders?
are way
Oh my-
are more well-rounded.
Oh my
than the
gosh! Hey,
Seahawks.
look! Let me just. here's my defense in that. The Raiders have stolen so many Seahawks players. The Raiders are looking like the mini Seahawks right now because they stole Geno Smith, Tyler Lockett,
Yeah.
and Pete Carroll.
Yeah.
Like, can you blame me?
Nah, I can't blame you, but yeah.
Did you say you can or cannot?
Can't. I cannot
I
blame
swear I
you.
heard you say can.
All right, well, there you have it, folks. We're thinking Seattle Seahawks. We'll
thinking
put
Seattle.
out a little poll. We haven't done that in a while.
Yeah,
And
I
you
put
can,
I put some polls out for the championship games. Didn't get very many
Interesting.
votes. I didn't get very many votes, but
well, we'll see here. Who's going to win the Super Bowl, folks? I
We'll
would
send us
love for you to comment or fill in the little poll we send out.
both on
And-
YouTube, Spotify, they'll be out there.
Yeah. And that will be it for our Super Bowl preview.
Yeah, but let's move on now to the NBA.
Oh, yeah.
All right. So the first thing we want to talk about, really not gonna have big implications on this episode overall, but Paul George, forward guard, whatever you want to call him, for the Philadelphia 76ers, has been suspended for 25 games in the NBA for violating their anti-drug policy. And Paul George, you probably shouldn't have put up that 32-point game or been posting those videos of, oh, I'm in the windmill dunks and warm-ups today, baby.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're immediately going to go get drug tested after that. So, I don't think this is going to have a huge impact on the 76ers overall. For 25 games is a long time, though.
Yeah.
Let's be real here. That's a long time, but I don't think it's going to be huge.
It's not going to be
Because
huge.
still overall, the 76ers have a good team with Tyrese Maxey, VJ Edgecombe. We really love VJ Edgecombe. Kelly Oubre is on the 76ers still, I'm pretty sure. So I think Kelly Oubre, I like Kelly Oubre a lot.
And Joel Embiid.
Joel Embiid's still there, the troll.
Yeah.
He's still really, really good. And Andre Drummond is still there, too.
Yeah.
I really like that, too.
I think that, as you said, it's not going to be a huge impact, but it's still going to be an impact, right? That 30-point night he put up, right? I like that is still going to be an impact. And Paul George this is conduct detrimental to the team. This is going to hurt. Whether it's large impact or not, it's not going to be great for the 76ers. They're not getting better by him not being on the court like Trae Young and the Hawks were.
No.
So I think we're going to see more of the load on VJ Edgecombe, and I'm excited to see because I honestly would love to see VJ Edgecombe wearing a Bucks jersey, but I don't think that'll happen. Staying with the rookies though in the NBA, let's talk about the insane rookie night we had from the two white guys, which is crazy. All right, so you had the Mavericks playing the Hornets, and just to list off some facts for you here.
Okay.
Cooper Flagg, the number 1 overall pick. Everyone's like, "Wow, this guy's gonna be something
Well,
good."
yeah, we all knew that.
We all knew it. I mean, we were a little hesitant to believe it.
Yeah, because he's only 18.
He's 18.
18.
He was supposed to be in high school. So
Yeah,
we weren't exactly sure how he was gonna perform.
And
on
oh my goodness,
Mavericks.
he's got a friggin' 30-plus point game.
49 points. Most ever by a teenager in the NBA.
Oh my goodness.
That is crazy. And here's the other thing I got to say. His roommate from Milwaukee, Wisconsin, Con Knipple on the Hornets had 34 points. And those two were the leaders. 2 rookies. The 1st overall pick and the 4th overall pick.
Yeah.
And those guys had that amount of points.
And the Hornets walked away with the win. Cooper Flagg had more points.
Right?
Con Knipple.
Cooper Flagg missed the game tying shot.
Oh my gosh.
And so you have to be like, wow.
Yeah.
That's what the future of the NBA is. I'm gonna love the NBA.
Yeah. And not to mention, you guys got Derek Queen on the Pelicans. He's been good.
He's been good.
Dylan Harper. Even though he's not starting.
Right.
He's got all the potential in the world.
Right. And then you got VJ Edgecombe. Who we love VJ.
We love VJ
Right.
Edgecombe.
The man from the Bahamas. Right. I mean, he's so fun to watch.
We respect the 2025 NBA rookie class in this house, in this studio.
In this studio, that is a very well respected. And everyone's talking about how generational this draft class is now. The 2026 draft class is. But how underrated last year's was is insane.
Absolutely.
How you can say, everyone's like, oh, it's okay, it's, whatever, but these guys may have been good in college, but it's so hard, right? Markelle Fultz got drafted before Jason Tatum.
Yeah.
Nikola Jokic was a 2nd-round pick.
Yeah.
So
they had a Taco Bell commercial playing in Jokic's pick.
Right. It just shows you that anyone can be good in this league.
Yeah.
So, again, that's also why I'd be scared if the Bucks trade Giannis for picks, because inconsistency, right? There's only 2 guys who were drafted by the Bucks who are on the Bucks, and that's Giannis Antetokounmpo and Andre Jackson Jr.
Yep.
Scary.
And
Scary.
and Andre Jackson Jr. He's not getting minutes right now, so I mean.
He's awful.
Okay.
Yeah. Well, that's what I had to say about the rookies, and Cooper Flagg has been outstanding.
Absolutely.
I mean, he's probably the greatest teenage basketball player the league has ever seen, and that's beating out LeBron James as a rookie in this league at 18 years old. I think Cooper Flagg is better.
Oh yeah, for sure.
And there's a chance that Cooper Flagg will, in his prime, be better than LeBron in his prime. And that's a crazy thing to say, but that's what I believe. Do I believe that the Mavericks are good? No. Do I believe they need to get rid of Anthony Davis? Yes. Is it sad that all they got for Luka Doncic, who has been one of the best players in the league and is leading the league in scoring right now, is one pick, which was the first overall pick, but still. So I have a lot of rants about the Mavericks and how much I dislike them. But yeah, what do you got over there, Andrew?
So I was just looking at something for pulling up stuff for our next little thing we're going to talk about. So this is a huge controversy going on both in the NBA and the NCAA for basketball. We have a lot of NBA players, young NBA players, going back to college. And you might be thinking, well, how? That's not possible. They already graduated. They went to the draft. And yes, you're right. However, most of these guys are exploiting a rule that is not something that should be happening. Like a lot of these guys, I'll just mention names. Charles Bediako, he got drafted, didn't get, ended up signing a contract to play overseas, and now he's returned to the contract after going to college after signing multiple two-way contracts and didn't appear in any games, but he played in the G League still. James Nagy, former Baylor star, got drafted by the Pistons, I'm pretty sure, didn't sign a contract after being drafted in the second round, played overseas in Europe. Now he's going back to college at Baylor. And then Amari Bailey, the most recent one, he is the first. So he's trying to come back. He's suing the WNBA right now. I believe he played a couple games in the NBA, and he signed a couple two-way contracts as well. So anyway, all these players right now are getting eligibility back by using a rule where essentially these players coming out of high school at 18 years old, most of them, have 5 years, a 5-year period to get 4 years of playing basketball in, right?
Yeah.
So a lot of these guys go to the draft after their freshman or sophomore years, most likely. And for some of these, and for the names I just mentioned, they all did that. They went to the draft after their freshman, sophomore year, didn't get what they wanted in the draft, didn't get picked where they wanted to. And for guys like James Nagy, went to play overseas, but now they're returning to their colleges because they are still within that 5-year period. They're entering that 5th year, to play another year. So that's what they're all suing for, and that's what James Nagy, Charles Bediako are using to play games in college basketball right now. James Nagy at Baylor, Charles Bediako at Alabama right now. I actually got a report in the game that Bama was playing against Florida today. The Florida fans were chanting G League dropout, which I think is very hilarious and very fitting because this is very interesting.
Yeah.
So this is a huge issue. And the NCAA commissioner or president, excuse me, way more than the commissioner, said that he's going to enforce rules to not let this happen.
Yeah.
And he's not doing that right now.
Yeah.
So this is a huge issue. If players who don't sign professional contracts are going back to play amateur basketball at the college level after either signing two-way contracts, playing in the G League, or going overseas, like that's a huge issue.
Yeah. Well, let me give you my take on
Okay,
this.
I was going to ask you that.
Coming into this, I would agree with you. And I do agree with you, but I'm going to give you the other side of things. Okay? So I get what you say because a lot of guys are going out freshman, sophomore year, right? The two guys who are going to be the 1 and 2 picks in this year's NBA draft are both freshmen.
Yeah.
So I get it. But if they're in that 5-year period, it somewhat makes sense why they're able to come back, right?
It does.
I see why it was a rule that was overlooked for so many years.
Yeah.
And now, there's always going to be some person who's going to exploit a rule.
Yeah.
And I do think that within the next 3 years, we're going to see this rule get changed and erased from the rule books so this will not happen again.
Yeah.
But right now, you're not going to be like, hey, we aren't going to enforce that rule. Because
Yeah.
then you're going to have an issue with a whole bunch of other rules, right?
Yeah.
So I guess I understand how they're actually eligible to come back, right?
Yeah.
This isn't a 30-year-old
No.
who's been in the league for 5 years going back to college. This is
Yeah.
a 24-year-old who left college at like 20 and now wants to come back. I guess I understand
Yeah.
where they're coming from.
It's just a huge problem that
Yeah.
I think is something that we can't continue to see.
Yeah, we can't. This can't be
Like,
something that is
I would say
continuous.
I want to compare this to the quarterbacks or some of the players in the college football area suing for their 6th year of eligibility.
Yeah.
But honestly, I would say this is worse.
Yeah,
Like,
this is
these-
worse.
These players legitimately went from being amateur athletes and working to going to NBA teams, working with professional coaches and professional players,
Mm-hmm.
and now they're going back to play amateur basketball. Like, that just doesn't seem right.
Yeah.
Doesn't seem fair.
Which, I mean, touching on, the point of where the NCAA is right now in football and basketball, and where players are trying to get more eligibility, it's kind of ruining college.
Yeah.
And I think it's ruining the point of college. College is supposed to prepare you, make you better so you can go make a career out of it.
Yeah.
And I think going back to, what these guys are doing, I don't like it.
No.
I understand it. I understand,
Well,
right? If
yeah.
if James Najee goes in and scores 30 points a game, now could be talked about it as a first round pick that
Yeah.
becomes somewhere, right?
Yeah.
But going to the football side of things, where you compare these,
Yeah.
I don't see why Trinidad Chambliss, who's one of the guys fighting for another year eligibility, wants to go back.
Yeah,
He
dude.
could be a first round pick just as much. So you have to question what is the reason for all these college players all around sports for wanting to go back to college.
Yeah. I think for some of these players, like the NFL or the football players, I think it may be the NIL money because they don't want to go to the NFL, which is crazy to think about. They don't want to go to the NFL. They want to stay in college with all their NIL deals.
Because they're getting paid more to play
yeah,
college
they're
football.
Yeah, they're getting paid more to play college football, and instead of going to the league and playing a much higher level of football.
Yeah.
And I guess I was gonna say, the reason mostly for everything that has transpired over the last couple months with players suing for the 6th year of eligibility, for these guys going back, exploiting a rule that has been overlooked to play more college basketball, it started with NIL.
Yeah.
It started with NIL. After that case was ruled in favor of the players, there's been no more rules
Yeah.
in college sports.
Yeah.
And it's truly, at this point,
Money and
disgusting to see.
greed is ruining sports.
yeah.
That's the truth.
Yeah.
Same with baseball as well.
Look at I was gonna
Money and greed
I was
is-
just about to say this. It's owners wanting to save money, and that's ruining baseball. Owners not willing to spend money. We're not gonna bring up the salary cap debate. I promise. We're not gonna do that.
Well-
We're not gonna do that.
Let's go back to the NBA here. Andrew, would you like to start talking about trade deadlines, or would you like to
Yeah,
talk
we'll
about
start
standards?
we'll talk about trade deadline. Let's go ahead.
All right. Well, starting off here, DeAndre Hunter. All right, he was the Cavaliers guy. He came in to the Cavs organization. He was averaging like 23 a game or something. He was playing good basketball. He's averaging 18 right now, struggling a little bit. But all around, I think he's still a good player. He's like 28 years old, I believe. So I'm
Yeah, he is somewhere around that.
okay with the Kings going out and getting him. Here's what I don't understand: why the Kings would go and get him if they're not in contention. If they're shopping guys like DeMar DeRozan and Zach LaVine.
The thing about like this for the Kings is that they are really just, it's a weird trade, and Keon Ellis is a good role player. Dennis Schroeder is a good role player. It's just the Kings at this point were just trying to, help the Cavs out here, and I feel like they could have gotten a little more value off of him, but I think it's just the Kings being the Kings at this point. This is just a bad trade overall.
Yeah, this isn't a great trade. Dennis Schroeder's going to his 11th
You
team.
serious? Oh my gosh, you serious?
It's crazy.
Like he had, like it kind of at
He's
this
a
point.
good player.
He's a good role player.
Now he is. But, I mean, he was even getting traded in his prime.
Yeah,
And he was good in his prime.
like he was again solid 12-point per game player.
There was points in his career when he was scoring 18 to 20.
That's true.
So I think you got to question, why is Dennis Schroeder not able to stay? Because he's so expendable. There's
Yeah.
guys who are expendable, like Drew Holiday,
Yeah.
right? He's a great player,
Yeah.
but teams are willing to trade him to get, bigger wins and bigger win pieces. That's what the Bucks did,
Yep.
right? They won a championship, and he was a big piece of that.
Yep.
And they traded him to get a more dazzling piece. Damian Lillard, no hate on him, love him, great as he was a Buck for his short tenure, but it's like it kind of stinks.
Yep.
It stinks that some players who are good just again money
Yeah.
that that's straight up.
And
And
also the other part of that trade is that the Bulls had to pick up Dario Saric to help this trade be felicitated.
but they also got 2 second-round picks.
They
along
did get
with it.
second round pick. Yeah, so free draft capital that the Kings did not get.
Yeah,
So
Yeah.
Kings did.
yeah.
Like-
Kings did mess that up.
Yeah,
Honestly,
they
like,
don't.
and Zach LaVine's probably gonna get traded over the deadline.
Yeah, it sounds like it, which is crazy.
Which-
Crazy to say because the Kings just got him pretty much.
Yeah, just a few years ago.
Yeah, same with-
Let's talk about some of these trade deadline things. Some things that are rumors that haven't happened yet. All right. Here's what I'm gonna say. This entire trade deadline, this is what every analyst is saying. This entire trade deadline is going to be based off of Giannis Antetokounmpo
Yeah.
and what the Bucks do. All right, right now, the Bucks. I would say there are 3 players on the Bucks who are going to get traded if or 2 players that are going to get traded if Giannis goes. Giannis Antetokounmpo, obviously, Kyle Kuzma,
Yep.
and Miles Turner.
Yep.
All right, and here's what I'm thinking. If we trade all 3 of those guys, they don't have to be in the same trade. Just in general, those 3 get traded at the deadline. I say we get around 10 or 11 first-round picks
Wow.
with multiple young players
Yeah.
that could be rising stars.
Yep.
That's what I got to say about it. That's huge for reshaping a
Yeah.
franchise.
Absolutely.
And that could be, you could get 3 of those picks could be, the 3 future faces of your franchise like the Thunder did, right? With Jalen
Yeah.
Williams, Chet Holmgren, there was another guy, and then they got a young Shai Gilgeous-Alexander who
Yep.
hadn't proved himself in that league in the Paul George trade.
Yep.
And I go back to that because that turned them into a championship team, not the razzly dazzly superstar.
Yeah.
So I think that there's only one way to go. That's trade Giannis Antetokounmpo and get a ton for him. I'm talking like 7 first-round picks, multiple young stars, and I think the biggest team right now that has the most to offer the Milwaukee Bucks, the Portland Trailblazers.
Mm-hmm.
Why, you may be asking? They have our picks. If we could get our picks back, we would be able to tank, which
Yep.
would mean we'd get lottery picks, which would mean we have a chance at the first overall pick.
Yep.
That's what I got to say. Andrew, what do you want to say?
Yeah, I agree. We were talking about this a little bit before. If we can get our picks back, that would be great for helping us rebuild our team. Trading away Kyle Kuzma, Miles Turner makes sense. Why have those big contracts on the team if we're not going to compete? It just doesn't make sense.
Yeah.
We can use that money somewhere else. And if all 3 of those guys get traded, I would not be shocked to see a change at head coach somewhere down the line. I would, if there is another candidate that could emerge, I don't know who, because coaching in the NBA is way different than the NFL. If a coach that is younger, like a Joe Mazzulla that the Celtics have, if someone like that emerges, I would like to see Doc Rivers out. Nothing against Doc Rivers. Doc Rivers, he's a good coach. He's a good coach. He's a solid coach.
He'll be a Hall of Fame coach, I would think.
I think he could be. I think he could be. The playoff success is the thing that really does not win me over with him. It just doesn't do it for me. So I could see that happening. That once the Bucks trade away 3 players, if they do, the Bucks are going to tear it all down with Doc Rivers probably
Yeah.
being removed. If and only if there is a suitable replacement to replace him with.
Yeah. So I think coming up this trade deadline, which is in the next week and a half, 2 weeks.
It's in a couple days.
Oh, it is?
Yeah, it's this Thursday.
Oh, jeez.
Yeah,
Well, we could very well see a new face of the Milwaukee Bucks.
very soon.
Yeah.
Definitely very soon. I want to end this episode real quick by talking about the standings of the NBA real quick. Just a quick update. We're getting very close to the All-Star game, very close to the All-Star break. It's next week, not this week. This week is the trade deadline. Next week we have the All-Star break and All-Star game festivities in Los Angeles. I believe it's at the Clippers' new arena, which looks really, really cool.
Yeah.
So anyway, I want to look at the conferences real quick. 10 play-in teams still. I don't know why that's a thing because we have teams with losing records in the play-in. NBA, we can't have that. It's got to change. Anyway, the Pistons are in front in the Eastern Conference, followed by the Knicks and the Celtics, who, without Jason Tatum, are still doing this, which is very incredible. I would like to hate on the Celtics, but I got to give them credit.
Yeah, I mean, we're watching the game right now. It's
Yeah.
56-72. Milwaukee's getting crushed.
Yeah.
And Kyle Kuzma's missed every shot.
Yeah.
But, okay, continue.
Toronto Raptors. I did not have a lot of faith in the Raptors this year. I did not think that they were going to do it, but they got a good starting five. They're tied right now with Cleveland, who's in the 5th position right now. Cleveland's kind of fallen off a little bit from last year. 76ers, they just lost Paul George, but I think they'll still be fine. They're in 6th. The Magic, I like their team. It's good and young. They're in 7th, and the Heat are still hanging on. They're in 8th, so they're in the play-in position. And then the Bulls and the Hawks are also in play-in positions as well. But how about this? The Charlotte Hornets, they have moved up to 11th. They are 1.5 games behind the Hawks for a play-in tournament. The Hornets have won 6 straight games.
Yeah.
Remember when we were talking about maybe a LaMelo Ball trade?
Yeah.
I remember that.
Yeah.
And now the Charlotte Hornets have come screaming back with LaMelo, with Colin Knuppel,
Brandon Miller's
with
been
Brandon
very
Miller,
good.
with Miles Bridges as well.
Yeah.
The only hole in that team is center, but it's
Yeah.
still a really, really good team.
Yeah.
And then you got the Bucks, Nets, Pacers, and Wizards. So, nothing really changing with those bottom 4 teams, at least as far as I can see. Western Conference, the Thunder are kind of running away with it right now, but the Nuggets and the Spurs are holding them honest. Same with the Rockets. The Timberwolves are there too. The Lakers, Phoenix Suns are still there. The Warriors in 8th. They could be looking to get another push with Giannis Antetokounmpo, possible addition of him. They're in 8th. And then you got 2 in play teams with the Portland Trail Blazers and Los Angeles Clippers. The Clippers have climbed their way back up into a play-in position after starting horrendously this year. I think they went on like a 4-game winning streak,
Yeah.
which really helped them out. And Kawhi Leonard's been healthy. I think Ivan Zubac has been healthy this year as well. So the Clippers are another team that are up and coming, and the Blazers, after all that controversy, are still in the play-in tournament, which they have a losing record. Doesn't make sense,
Yeah.
even though the Trailblazers have lost 4 in a row. So
Yeah.
we'll talk about that a little bit later. But there you go. That's all I got for you guys. Those are the trending teams upward right now. That's a look at your standings. And we'll see where the NBA season goes after the All-Star break. But, Miles, you got anything else for
No.
your day?
No, that'd be all.
All right. Well, sounds good. Thank you all for tuning in for this episode. Hope you enjoyed it. If you did, please follow the show so you never miss another upload. If you're listening on YouTube, hit the subscribe button, like the episode, turn on notifications, never miss another show. If you want to listen to my show, Talking NASCAR, on Spotify and YouTube, links will be down in the description below. Everything that I just mentioned, there's links. YouTube channels,
Yep.
Spotify pages, all that. All right. We'll see you in the next episode, everyone. I'm Andrew.
And I'm Miles.
We'll see you in the next episode, everyone.
Bye.